Good evening. Should I continue?
Okay, good evening, sir. Let's start by 8:35.
All right,
Let's just
noted.
give um, other participants time to join the call.
All right. Okay, all right. I don't understand. It's just the door is just coming since. She understands it. Ah,
Yeah, hello. I think we can start now. It's way past 8:35.
can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Right. Like, can you? I was speaking before now. I don't know that I was unmuted, but this first slide. Can you hear me when I was talking about visualization and data story?
No, 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 no. We
All
didn't
right.
hear anything from you. Yeah.
All right. Thank you for that feedback. So, in this in today's class, we are going to talk about visualization and data story. So for those that are new to this time, visualization simply means you're displaying what you have analyzed, you're bringing a chart, you're bringing a plot, something that is visible, not abstract. Your data set seems abstract to some persons, but with a visual plot, it begins to make sense and it's easy to understand and assimilate what is actually going on within the data set. So that is what visualization is all about. Data story simply means you're incorporating your insights into words. You're able to communicate and pass in information based on what you are displaying so that the second person will understand what this visual is all about. Though some visuals how is self-explanatory, you don't need to explain much, but at the same time, you need to give adequate knowledge to those your visuals. That is why storytelling is all about. And there are processes that should be considered before giving out a story because that your story, the aim of those stories is to pass in information, pass out information, communicate, and let your audience actually understand what you are saying. So in the next one, the next slide, before we dive into deep into today's series, let's have a basic understanding about the principles behind the visuals. So they have different plot types, and these are the list of plot types displayed. These are the basic ones. There are like over 50 of them, but these are the basic ones we see, and this is the ones you need to learn. before we now talk about the advanced plot types. So the first one is the bar plot, line plot. You can either call donut plot or the pay plot, scatter plot, heat map, and histogram. These are the various types of plots. So now, what is a bar plot? When do we use a bar plot? We use a bar plot when we are trying to give comparisons, or we are comparison of two categories. For instance, maybe you are visualizing the products, and the products have different categories of products. You have those products of laptop, you have those products of um, accessories and like. So these are categories. So for you to actually make insight from that product, you have to use the bar plot. So it simply means you're comparing two categories. Maybe you want to know the sales of the laptop, want to know the sales of another product, or mouse or keyboard. So when you're comparing them, you see that either mouse have more sales than laptop. So that is when we use the bar plot. For the line chart, this is, you are trying to visualize trend over time. So it have to be with time. You have to do with time. So you use line chart when you are visualizing trend over time. For instance, maybe you want to know the revenue of sales over a period of months. So you see that month or year or weeks or quarterly, these are times that is involved. The next one is the scatter plot. So this scatter plot, we use to explore correlation. So maybe you want to correlate the size of the house to the price, the numbers of rooms in the house, the price. So you have to do with correlation. Scatter plots have to do with correlation. The P plot or the pie plot or donut plot has to do with, yeah, maybe you have a distinct values. It's just the bar plot and the pie plot does the same thing because you are comparing two different two different products or two different values. So sometimes we prefer using the bar plot, and in other case we prefer using the donut plot. The donut plot is mostly used when it is fewer, when it's more fewer, and you want to see maybe the percentage of these products. We use the donut plot. We have the histogram. Histogram is for distribution. Maybe you want to see the distribution of salary of the employer, distribution of age, and the likes. So that is have to do with histogram. The heat map. Heat map have to do with patterns or across two dimensions. So we use heat maps to have to do with pattern, and also heat map can be used for correlation as well. So that is a little concept about these visualization types. Then the next one is the tools. The tools we are going to use is Power BI. So you can either you use Power BI or Tableau. These are tools. It's just like when you want to buy a car and they have different brand. Okay, you can either use Audi or Toyota. Okay, I think car is a different concept. Let me use, maybe you want to charge your phone. Are you getting? You want to charge your phone. So you can either charge your phone through the normal lights, the electric lights. Your phone will still charge. You can either charge your phone through generator. Your phone will still charge. You can either charge your phone through power bank. Your phone will still charge. So the aim is to charge your phone, right? So you can see that these various means you use in charging your phone is just like the tools here. So the aim in data in this tool is to create an interactive dashboard. So you either use Power BI or Tableau, but there's a basic is, I'll just say simple different. Both of them are free. Are you getting it? So both of them are free. Power BI is developed by Microsoft. So you see, Microsoft is the owner of Power BI, and you can do a lot of arithmetic calculation in Power BI than in Tableau. And Power BI, you can actually populate your your dashboard that you can publish it online for others to see, or a community of developers to see and gain insights. So that is what the uniqueness of Power BI. So the tab look as you can see on the screen, it also shares dashboard publicly online. Are you seeing? And it's highly intuitive, drag and drop. So Tableau is more of drag and drop. Even Power BI, but it's not more of drag and drop because you can actually do calculating maybe um, advanced calculation. So that is what Power BI is all about. So if anyone you learn, you can actually find your way to the other part. So in this story, we are going to use Power BI because it's easy to download. Now, in the storytelling aspect, like I said, it has processes and steps in order to carry out this. The first one is before you talk about creating a dashboard, you should first understand your audience. Communicating insights. What are your audience? Your audience, are they students? Are they junior employee? Or are they associates? Are they stakeholders of a company? So this understanding of audience will make you to tailor your dashboard in a way that it will be interactive. Are you getting it? So the next one is to start with the insight. So you start with the insight. The insight might be, okay, in this month we have higher sale than other months. This product, there is more there is more purchase in this product than other. So these are insights you get from your data. Use visuals strategically. It simply means that every chart must earn its place. Every chart must earn its place, and it should be it should be clear. It should be very clear. What I mean is by the clarity. Remove it. Remove anything that will not make it clear. Remove anything that will not make it clear. That's what it should be: strategically clear, simple, and whatever that is not clear, remove it. Are you getting? So that is what the visual is all about, because there are a lot of plots. There are over 50 plots. So there is some plot that is used for machine learning. There's some plot that is used for developers. So in this case, you should know the plot to use when you are visualizing. Then the next one is the call to action. So you end with a clear recommendation. So when you are actually giving a storytelling, you should always end with a recommendation. Recommendation simply means what should be done. How can we solve this problem? How can we go about this issue? What is the next step? Are you getting it? So that is what storytelling is all about. Okay, now this is the last section where data cleaning, SQL analysis, dashboard, and presentation. So in the next 10 minutes, for 9, I want to show you guys on how to install SQL, and we're going to do just how to install SQL. They will now move proper into today's class. So now I will stop sharing this screen. I'll share the other screen. Now, when you want to download SQL, the first thing is to do is to search for MySQL. Then you now click on this. It will now take you to another tab where you see, okay, let's just do it together. You click on MySQL. Okay, when you click on my SQL, you click on download. Then you now go to community edition. You click on download community edition. Then you now click on my SQL server. So once I click on this, my SQL server, it will now ask me for to select my version. I'll select the latest version, which is 9.6. My operating system, I'm using Windows. Then I'll now click on download. So once I click on download, you see it here. It is downloaded here. So I've downloaded it. So now it's to run this download. So I have to click on it. So now I'll click next. Then I will now check on this to accept the terms and agreement. Click next. So it asks me to select my setup. So in the selecting setup, I'll select complete and I'll say install. It's asking me to accept changes. So I'll now click on, I will now check on this because I want it to run my SQL configurator. So that I can set up the configurator for SQL and I'll click on finish. So it will now open my SQL configurator. So when I double click on it 2 times, so that is why it's showing this. So I have to just close this one. So now this is my configurator. So it now asks me, welcome. I'll now click next. And the next one is that is my data directory where it will be saved. So I have no reason to change it. I'll click next. Now in the type and networking, I'll leave everything as it is. And I'll leave everything as it is now. Then I'll say next. It asks me for my root password. Root password simply means the password that you will use to access your local database. So you have to put in your password. So I'm going to put a very short password. I'm going to type it again, very short password. Yes, though my password is weak, and click next. So the next thing, yes, asks me for the Windows service. So in this Windows service, I'll leave everything the way it is because I want to start my SQL server at system startup. So whenever I click on startup, I want it to start it. And also I want it to be in standard system account. I'll click next. Yes, grant full permission. I want the full permission, yes. This is asking me for a sample database. So I'll click on Word's sample database so that I can actually make use of it. So click next. I can actually check the two, but I prefer just checking one, which is the Word sample database. I'll click next. Then I now click on execute changes. So it simply means whatever I've selected before now, it begins to execute those options. So this will take a little time. Let's just be patient for it to execute. Now I'll now click here, next. So now this is which is going to start my SQL server. So let me click finish. You can see that my SQL server is already installed. So the next here is, okay, let me show you, let me go to my start and I go to all apps. Let me go to M. So you can see, let me expand. So you can see that I have my SQL command line clients, my SQL command line client Unicode. I have my configurator. So, and the next thing I want to show you guys is how to download the workbench. The workbench is just like the UI of my SQL server. It's an interactive way to actually do the task that is needed. And you can either use the local machine or you use the workbench. So how do you go about downloading the workbench? You go to here, once you click here, once you now go to download, this is just like a package in SQL that is needed. You click on community, then you click on this workbench. See this workbench here? So you now see it automatically selects my operating system, which is Microsoft Windows. Then you now click on this download. Once you click on this download, you see it like this, downloaded. I've already downloaded it here, so I just have to double click on it and install. I'm going to show you the difference between working on your local machine and working with the workbench. So now I'll click next. So it asks me here destination folder. So to select destination folder, I just click on next. I don't want to change it. I just want it to be here. So I have no reason to change the destination folder because it is stored in my program files. Click next. And it asks me to select, either I should select complete or custom. So in this case, I'm going to go with complete because I want all program features to be installed. So I'll click on complete. Click next. Then click on install. Yes. So it is now installing. So you can see we take just 10 minutes to actually install my SQL configuration setup. And once this is done, we now dive into SQL shortly. Then before we now proceed to properly for dashboard creation. So now while it is installing, let's move to the app section. I'll go to all app, go to M, I'll expand. You can see it's not yet updated. So I'll click on command line. So I have to show you something. One. So now it asks me to enter password. So you enter the password you created, that root password. So I'll enter my password. Now I'm not in my local machine. This is my local machine. So I want to see for the database. that is in my local machine. So I'll just type show databases. Show databases, then semicolon, enter. You can see the databases that's already in my server. That is the word sample database. So you can actually do your query and lots more. You can actually create your own database and add. You can do your analysis in here. So this is another way of carrying out your query analysis in SQL. So I'm going to show you for Workbench. Okay, the Workbench is still loading. Okay, it's finished. My Workbench is complete. Finished. So let me go to my app and check whether it is in my SQL folder. Okay, my Workbench have automatically opened. I'll go to M. So you see here now that the Workbench is now added. So to connect with the Workbench, you have to click on connection, connect with the Workbench. So you see it, I will have to click on connect. Then I have to write my password. So I'll write the simple password I created. And also, they say save password in default. So I want you to save my password in default so I don't have to keep on writing my password anytime. So I'll click OK. It shows, it gives a warning message that don't show this message again. I'll just click continue anyway. So now this is the Workbench. So this is just like the UI interactive interface for MySQL. The first one you show there, they have the schemas, they have the administration. So in the administration, which shows the status, the connection of the administrative tasks. So if there is someone connected to yours, to the database, this is where you see it. This is just where you carry out the administrative tasks. You see the server status, you see the client connection, user and privilege, data exported, and the likes. When you go to the schema, schema is where the database of, this is where you do your analysis. You get this where you do your analysis. So now if you go to schema, let's go to the word sample. Remember, I checked on the word sample database. Then I go to table and let me look at this table city. You click on it, you right click and say select rows. So you can see here that it selects from word.city. Are you getting it? This is the SQL code. This one here is the SQL code. This is the result. This is the result of 1,000 limits. And you can now see the result of the output. This is the data set. This is the result of the output, which says that it was successful. This blue check means that it was successful. So you can actually do a little query here. Yes, you can do a little query here. Maybe I just want to see, I don't want to see, I just want to see the names. So I just, instead of using this asterisk sign, I'll type names. I'll run. If you want to run, there's the various ways of doing that. Either click on this one to execute, So you see, it goes only the names. If I want to see all, let me give this a second line. I just want to see all, this asterisk sign, and click on this execute. So let's say I want to see names and population. So just names and population. I'll just type names here, comma, population. Population. So you see, it gave me the names and only the population. So this is how you carry out your SQL. So you can do a lot. So let me go back to, I want to see country, table for country. So this is a country. So you see this case, it have continent, it have the code, it have regions. Let me look at language, specs. So you see, it have this and this. It have the language, English, Spanish, and the likes. Percentage is official, true or false. So these are SQL. Remember, you can actually bring in data sets. You can actually bring in your Excel file. Once, if you click on database, you can connect to database. You can manage connection. You can transfer. You can transfer the wizard. If you click on server, you can actually change server. You can connect to another person's server to maybe extract database or information from the server. Maybe in the company, there are various servers, so you can actually get access to the server if you have the connection password. And view, you see this, you see here, this is to create a new schema. That means you want to create a database from scratch. Here is you want to create a new database in an active schema. You can also go through them and you see more. You can actually import database and the likes. You can actually do your query, view, edit, and file. So if you go to file, you see new model, new query tab, open model. So if I click on open model, yeah, it asks me my storage. So if I go to this, so I can actually bring this file in. Okay, I should bring this one in. Okay, it says cannot open documents, unable to open, that is XML file doesn't exist. So you know that there is a file format for SQL. So the way we have Excel formats, we also have SQL formats and the like. So that is a little I can share with you with this free version. When in the advanced training, you will learn more. You learn how to import virtually every kind of file format, both PDF, Excel, JSON, CSV, and the likes. So this short description about the interface in SQL. Okay. Various information. So this is SQL in a nutshell. So now let's move into Power BI. Okay, I think I should just, is there any question so far before I move on? Facilitator, is there any question so far?
No question.
Okay, no question. All right. All right, I should move on. So let me minimize this. So I'll be opening my Power BI, Microsoft. Power BI is easy to install. You don't need much installation process. So only what you just need is to go to your Play Store, your Windows Play Store, as I'm doing now, type Power BI and install. So very easy. So I'm going to type Power BI here. And I'll install the Power BI. I've already installed it, so I just want to show you how it is. So you can now see I'm already installed Power BI. It should install. What it needs me to do is whether I want to update. So in your case, you see option to install your own. So for those that don't have, you can do that and get it installed. All right, this is how the Power BI interface looks like. This is how it looks like. You see options like you can select, you can open a blank report, you can connect your SQL server, you can bring in your Excel sheet, you can learn with sample, you can actually learn with sample database from the SQL. You can get your database, your data from external sources from internet or various kind of sources. So in this case, let me open the blank report. The blank report, then I want to bring in data sets. I want to bring data, it's very important. You see, all these things, all these processes you have been doing, if you can learn Power BI or Tableau, most especially Power BI, you can actually do all the whole steps in Power BI. You can do your data cleaning, you can analyze your data sets in Power BI, you can visualize and create reports, a dashboard. And also you can actually publish your reports to the community for recommendation, comments, and the likes. And you can actually share the link to maybe external sources, maybe someone that is not close by, you can share the link to view your reports. So this is how, that is the wonders of Power BI. Now, I'll just show you a few things you need to understand, but you need to understand this interface here. You can see the Home tab. This is where you bring in data sets. This place here is where you view your report, whatever you are doing, your data. You can see it have a visualization tab. It have a filter tab here. I can actually expand it. It have data. Currently, there is no data. That is why you see here empty. I've not bringing any data sets. And here we are in the report view. I can change it to table view. If you bring in your data set, you see it inside the table view. Model simply means you can connect two different table or data together using a foreign key. This way you see the modeling of your table. You can actually perform a data analysis expression here. This is where you express statistical method. You do a lot of analysis here. You can see that even in Power BI, there is a kind of AI incorporated with it. In case maybe you don't know what to do, you can ask AI to help you with the code, with the formula. It will help you with the formula. All right. So you see, Power BI is a wonderful tool to learn. So let me just, a very short one. I'll show you guys how to bring in data sets. And you click on Excel because once you bring in Excel data set, I'll click on this capstone retail data set. Capstone retail data set. So now, because of this capstone have different sheets in it, you see the difference between your workbook and the sheet. In Excel, that's what we call sheets. You have sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3, and so on. So in that capstone data set, we have 3 sheets. The first one is the instruction summary, but we are interested in the data itself, which is the source. So I will go to check on it. You can see this is a preview of how it looks like, the preview. Now the next thing to do, you can also check this too. You can uncheck this and look at the KPI summary. You see, you can look at this one too. Okay, then I'm only interested in the data, which is the sales data. Now the next thing is to load, but in this case, I'm not loading it. I'm going to show you guys 2 or 3 cleaning in Power BI. Just 2 simple 2 or 3 cleaning in Power BI. So in this case, I'll go to transform. Transform simply means you want to transform your data. You want to clean your data set. Another word from transform is clean. Yes, in this case, it is called Power Query Editor. Power Query Editor. The word query simply means you want to do analysis, you want to transform, you want to query your data, just like the way you query your SQL, you can actually query data sets in Power BI. So it is called Power Query Editor. More easier to use in this place. I'll just explain the interface. So here, in this query section, you can actually bring many data sets together to query. But in this case, you just only have sales data here. This is where you view your data set. In this place is what we call the apply step. Apply step simply means all the whole steps you have taken to query your data set is being recorded. In case you want to query another data set that requires the same steps, you don't need to repeat the step. You just have to just employ, or you have to just deploy this following step, and it will carry on those queries analysis or those query processes all together. So that is the uniqueness of this Power Query Editor. And it can actually undo by going back in case maybe you do something that went off key. You can actually undo it by from this apply step. So I'm going to show it simple. So let me just show you. Look at this data set. You see, we have the date, we have the customer ID, we have the customer name, we have the region, country, products, we have the quantity, we have the unit price, discount, salesperson that are the person that tends to the customer, the channel. Okay, the channel simply means is it in store or wholesale or telesale. Telesale simply means maybe online booking. That is we have the online. Telesale simply means on phone call and the likes. So, okay. So this is the transaction answer. Let me check for duplicate in this transaction answer. The first thing I'll do is to highlight the column, and I'll now click on, okay, I should just right click, highlight the column, right click, remove duplicates. So you can see now, remove duplicate is applied to the step. But in this case, I don't think there's any duplicate that's removed because it's still 552 rows. So there's no duplicate. So if I go back, the step have been undo, and we see that it's still 552 rows. So there is no duplicate on it. So now, let's move on. You see this next one here, date. So I want to separate the year from the date. What do you think I will do? Let me first duplicate the column. I will duplicate this column, and I will right click on it, and okay, I'll just click on split. I'll click on this split by delimiter. Okay, it asks me, what do you want to split by? I want to split by this / and then because you can see that you must use something that is contained in the column, so that's a /. So I want to remove the rightmost delimiter side. The rightmost simply means the year from this part where the years are. But if I click the leftmost simply means the day. Are you getting it? But if I want to split it individually, like into 3, the day, the month, and the year, I will click on each occurrence of the delimiter, but I don't want each occurrence. I just want the rightmost. So I'll click OK. You can see the year. The year is now split. So I can just double click here and change it to year. Yes, and click enter. I can delete this. That's where, okay, delete, remove column. So, okay, now, let me show you one more. Another one I want to show you. You see this name? You can actually do some analysis. You can split these names. Let me show you something. You go to transfer. You can make it uppercase, all of them. Because all of them is now uppercase. If I want to undo this change, I just click here. It's return back. Then you can split them. Also, you can split them. I want to split this name to 2. So I will now click on split. Yes, I'll click on split. So that is click on split here. So now the split here shows that it's type space because I space here. So space simply means, if you look at here, know that you see that the Power Query is automatically giving you option that best suits what you're about to do. It guesses option. So it gets this right because I want to split. So what am I splitting? You now look at the column. It have 2 names, 2 values. Okay, that means this person want to divide the 2 names, maybe the first and the last, I want to split them. So that's why it automatically selects space. But if not, I can just put space. I'll click OK. You can see it splitted the name from Musa Abubakar to just Musa in a single row, in a different column. So you can do a lot. You can do a lot. Let me show you one. That is the last one I'm going to do. Yeah, okay. On the date column, I don't want to split this. So I'll just uncheck it. I'll check here. The one I want to remove is this one. Okay, where is this one I want to remove? The salesperson, so they just write their name and maybe a surname, they just leave it as dots. What do you think we should do there? Should I remove the last two words? So you can actually remove it by clicking on this. You click on not remove duplicates, you click on transform. Okay, not transform. You click on replace value. Actually replace value like what we did. Okay, let's move to here. Let me look at the split again. Now, I want to split by lower to uppercase by no. Let me click on by number of characters. I should use numbers of characters to split this because I don't want the last 2 characters. So I'll click on numbers of characters. So asked me, what do you want to split? I said, they said, they gave me, okay, let me choose 2 first. Let me show you for 2. Click OK. No, I don't want this. I don't want this. Okay, I'll have to uncheck this. So I'll go to extract. Since I'm extracting something, I'm going to extract. I'll click on extract. Now, okay, this is what I'm even looking for. So I want to extract the last characters. So the last characters I want to extract, not splitting. Or I can do that, but I prefer using text before delimiter, or text after delimiter, or text between delimiter. So you can choose any of these ones, but I'll go for text before delimiter. So it asks me, what did I want to do? Text before delimiter. So I'll just give space. You see the space? Why did I choose space? Let me go back and show you something. Why is because of, you see after Cynthia here, there's a space before A. So I'll just say extract, text before delimiter. So the delimiter there is space. So what will happen here is that wherever there is space, it will, in the column, it will split it. It will extract it. So I will now click OK. Are you seeing it? So now, those space, as long as the space is true, it will extract the remaining and leave with the value before the space. So that is ways of doing your query in SQL. So the last one I'll just show you, that a lot. So the last one I'll show you here is, I want to convert this table into a date. So if I check for the type, you see it's giving me text. So it's actually stop if you're analyzing it. So I want to convert it to date. How can I convert it to date? If I click on dates, yeah, to give an error. You see an error showed. You see error. And if I click on any of this error here, to tell me that we could not parse the input provided as a date value. The reason is because of, let me tell you the reason. This parse simply means that the Power Query have its own date, and the date inside the Power Query does not match with what is being provided. So I have to go back, and do something for that. So the first thing I'll do, I'll highlight this. I'll now go to transform. I'll now go to date. If I click on any of this, it will not work. Like I click on date here, it will not work. It is on text, but it should not be on text. I'll go to use local directory. I use local. Wait for it to open, because I want to change this locally to my own region understanding. You can see it is the data is in text, and it shows me English local. I don't English in United States, so I'm not United States. I put date here, and I have to change this to Nigeria. So I'll look for where Nigeria is. Where I'll see Nigeria. Okay, see Nigeria here. All right, and I'll click OK. Good. You see automatically here, change to date. This shows that this is a date column. You see this icon that looks like a calendar shows that this is a date column. This one shows that it's a number. number. These are various data type. So now we are good to proceed fully. Then once you are done with your query, you go click on home here, you click close and apply. Close and apply simply means you are applying whatsoever you are doing, you have done in the query, I'll close and apply. So it will now bring it into the Power BI fully for dashboard creation. All right, so let me show you. Look at the dashboard, Power BI. You see here, want to see your table? You can see the table is done. See the date. Very wonderful. I love this. Tuesday, January 2nd, 2024. Like so, you see it tells me more about the dates and the like. So let me go back to my report view. So now the first thing I'll do here, I want to create a dashboard. And if I click on my data, yeah, you see my data is now imported. We have data set to work on. How do you first start? You click on, this is a short one, your text box. This is my text box. I'll just have to drag this like this, bring it up. Case, which is, I'll now make type. I'll now say it, what am I even working with? I'm working on, let me just say Nigeria customer sales, and just a dashboard. Okay. I will change the format to, let me use this in bold. Okay, I'll make it to be 32. Should increase it more. Okay, I'm just say 36. Okay, I think 40 is okay. Make it 40. So I'll bring it at the center. All right, so that is for this. So let me go to effects. Change the background color to something like this. Okay. From here, I want here to be white and black to white. Okay. Anything else I need to do? Okay, that is for effects. Look for a title. Property. Look at position. So that is for this. So Nigeria customer sales dashboard. So you can change it to something else. I'll just look at three columns on this. So the first column, monthly revenue. I want to know the monthly revenue. So the first thing is that I'll go to look at the date column and extract the monthly. Then I'll now look at the revenue. Get the sum of those revenue per month. So I can know which month we are making more sales in a year. So I will now go to dates. My dates, I'll check on it. Dates. Yes. So my date is, look at, you can see now. Let me view this so you see. You see my date. It's giving me both quarterly one and the like. So I don't want
We can't hear you, sir. Can you hear me? Okay. Let's give the instructor a few minutes. He'll be back. I think it's network. So while the instructor is trying to join from his end, please, if you have question, you can drop your question on the comment section, and after the class, we are going to take all those questions. And for those of you that haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, I would love if you do so. And also like and share this session. Okay, it's taking longer than usual for our instructor to be back. But here, like I said, if you have questions, please drop them on the chat box. Okay, someone asked, how did you get your database? I think probably you joined the call late because he explained how he downloaded how to download SQL database and how to set everything, how to get everything set and running. So probably um, when he comes back online, he's going to do a little recap on that. Okay. Okay, he's joining. Just give us a few minutes. Okay, so apart from the question on database, does anyone have any other question? I think this is a good time for us to take as many questions as possible. think this is a good time for us to take as many questions as possible.
Sorry, I
Sorry,
discovered
I
that.
discovered that.
So
Okay.
I'll be
Yeah,
sharing my
before you
screen. There's something you
there's
want to
something
let
I
me
want to
know?
let you know. Yes, someone asked the question, how did you get your
Okay, I'm
database?
listening.
I'm listening.
Can you see
Can
my
you see
screen
my
now?
screen now? Your screen is coming up. So I said someone asked the question,
Later.
how did you get your database?
I can hear
I can
myself
hear my
echoing from my own
echoing from my
end.
own end. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. I said someone asked, how did you get your database? Can you hear me now? Hello, can you hear me? I think the instructor is experiencing some kind of challenge.
Hello, hello guys, can you hear me now? Apology for little disconnection.
Yes, we can
Just
hear you.
have to switch over to the next. Okay, you're asking me a question. So what is the question?
Okay, someone asked on the YouTube channel that how did you get your um how did you get your database?
How did I get my? Please,
Yeah.
I don't know what is it coming from my end. My voice is echoing over here.
Um,
Hello, do you understand what
I really don't know. Is it still echoing?
Yes,
Ah. Okay, but did you get my question?
yes, I get your point. You said, how did I get my database? I think the question is not straightforward. Which database I is or which of the database, please? Because in SQL database, I've not created any database for now. So we are making use of the database that is the default database, the sample. Sample simply database that comes along with SQL. So you are not the one that created it. It's database that is inbuilt with the server. So to create a database, you can just write a simple short code. For instance, okay, let me share my full screen so you can see what I'm talking about. Let me stop sharing this so I can share my full screen. So she's sharing my full screen. I hope you can see my full screen now. Please confirm if you can see my full screen. Okay, yeah. I'll just type on my SQL. Just want to, okay, just go to the app, go to all app, then go to M. Let me just show you from the local machine how to create a database. So it's asking for my password. I type in my password to log into my server. I say show database, database with semicolon, enter. Maybe I want to create my new database. Remember, this database is from Word sample data sets. I'll say create database. I'll now say it. Let me give it my name. And so then I put my semicolon and enter. So my database is successfully created. So I'll type on show database again. You see that my database will now added to the list of database. So I'll now say show database. Databases at enter. So you can now say also is now added to the database. So I can now start working on, I can now start bringing in data set, doing my query in Nonso database. So this is how you go about with SQL database. I believe I answered your question. Let's ask that question. So let's go back to what we are doing. Do one more. So you can see that I have actually created monthly revenue sales. So yeah, go back to reports. I want to make this a line chart, so I have to click on this line chart. No, I don't like this one. Okay, let me go back. I don't like this effect. I will change this from sum. I just want count. Discount. Put line charts. Okay. Bring it this way. Okay, I should just put this here. Okay, let me answer that question. Next question to answer is revenue by region. So I want to see the region based on the revenue. So I'll click here, click on new visual. So I'll go to revenue by region. So I'll go to region. I'll check this region. Okay, this region is there. I don't know. But I want it to be at the y-axis. I'll just drag and drop in the y-axis. Then revenue. X-axis. Okay, no. The question says revenue by region. So, okay, yes. Yeah, revenue by region. So the region should be at the y-axis. So I don't want the count. I just want to see distinct regions. Then the revenue should be here. And the revenue should be, okay, I should just move here. Move this. So I'll click on, let me look at this region. Because we know we have different regions. We have, let me look at this again. We have Abuja, Accra, Abuja, Ghana, South Africa, Kano, Nigeria, London, Kenya. Okay, this is Nigeria. So now these are the regions. So I want to see the revenue. Click on revenue. Okay, you can see they are both in semicolon. Regions are revenue. So you can see that it's giving me the sum. I want to see the distinct counts. Okay, and leave it as the sum. So you see this case, I want to change it to let me use bar plot, a bar plot for this. So you can actually go to be clicking on this like this. So this makes sense. So you can actually do more. This is for the region as and the revenue. You can add legends, region, legends. See? Okay, I think this makes sense better. And I will have kept this, we will have put this. Bring this up. Bring this down. Keep this here. Keep this up here. Okay. So let me do one last plot. Last one I will do is category. Okay. Category breakdown. So let me look at the category breakdown. The category breakdown is category here. I'll click on category. Yes, the category. Look at what is inside this category. You see, it gives us the accessory, the electronics, furniture, and stationery. What am I even looking at this category? Should I look at products in each of these categories? So I'll look at products. Yeah, I should look at, let me look at the revenue in each of these categories. Yeah. And this revenue, let me change this to discount. Okay. Okay. Let me use a donut plot for this. Right. I also use a pie chart. This one. So this makes sense to me. Okay, let's bring this down here. So we are going to stop here for because of our time. So this is what Power BI dashboard creation is all about. This is what it's all about. So you can now see on the screen, we have just do analysis of Nigeria customer sales dashboard. The first one is revenue by month. You can see here that at January, look at what the revenue is. Then when you get to February, it increases. I don't know for what reason why the revenue increases. Then it goes down to March. See, we are in March currently. See, there is very low revenue income in this month. It's now moved up to April. It's stationary. April, it's a bit down June. The trend keep on coming down July. In August, come down very well, some extent, but around 40. Then it move up again as September, come down, December, stationary. So you can now see that we have a very low revenue in March. Then we have a high revenue in February in the year 2024. So this is for the revenue income. For this one, you can see for regions, you can see in Nairobi, we have more revenue in this country, in Nairobi. I don't know for what reason, but maybe we are working on a global industry. You see that they have different branches they have presence in some countries. So one of the countries is Nairobi. You see that they have more revenue coming from this country than any other country, but you can see in some countries they have cities, like in Nigeria, they have up to 3 cities, okay, 4 cities. The first city is Port Harcourt, Kano, Abuja, and Lagos. So these cities mentioned here, these are the popular industrial cities in Nigeria, and followed by South Africa, which is Johannesburg, London, England, and the likes. So these are the revenue for the regions. The next one is the category. So we have 4 categories. We have the electronics categories, we have the accessories, the furniture, and the stationery. So based on this, we can see that this category called blue, which is the electronics, have up to 107 count, which is 34 point, approximately 35% of 35% of the categories are electronics. So they have more customer going for electronics than for stationery. And you can see it comes down to 26% for accessory. You can see this accessory, the blue color, the dark blue color is accessory. This Okay, this is the sky blue color. Okay, this is sky blue. This is purple. This is orange, and this should be. I think this should be dark blue, or yes, I think it should be dark blue color. So that is what is all about here. The orange have 20% in percentage, while for the last one here, which is 18.24%. So you can now see here that it actually shows color of each category. So you can do a lot using these Power BI tools. That is all for now. You can actually look at Excel. Let me show you something that I've done with Excel dashboard. I've worked on Excel dashboard, data analysis, training. Okay, Excel dashboard. So you see, yeah, you can do a lot. Even you can do the same thing in Excel too. So this is one of the dashboard I created, Excel, and you can see here. So you can actually create a dashboard in Excel, not only in Power BI. Are you getting? So it was not necessarily Power BI. You can actually create. So in the paid class, you're going to learn about the Excel, the Power BI, the SQL, and the likes. There's a lot you can do. That is for the Excel dashboard. So that is it for the Excel. And going back to the Power BI, remember, if I click on Kano, see it changes automatically. Are you getting it? Click on Port Harcourt. You see this one? You can see that in Port Harcourt here, the revenue is not the same for the general. You can see in Port Harcourt, there is more sales in this month of May. Let's look at Lagos. In Lagos, that February, that seems high, that seems low revenue in general, but it is high in Lagos because there is high sales in this month of February. So that is inside they are bringing from data sets. Let me look at Accra, Ghana. You can see that in Accra is calculated from November. So from November to December, there is higher revenue compared to others. Look at it as it shows here. So that is how you can get a lot of insights from your data. Any question? That is all for now.
Okay, thank you, sir. I'm still going through the YouTube channel comment section, and I haven't seen any question for you. I think so far from my end too, what has been taught is well detailed enough and simple to understand. So far, one of the classes we have had previously on data analytics, I think this is one of the most simplified classes because we have fewer information, fewer questions, and I follow the whole process and everything is well understood. Okay, like the instructor said, there's going to be the advanced class, which or a paid class. Let me use that word, not advanced, because what we are actually going for is the paid, and whatever you are learning, there is always an advanced training. Even that advanced, after the advanced, there are also some master courses. You get even this Power BI that you are learning together. Somehow along the way, there are courses you will take just specifically for Power BI or specifically for visualization, specifically for SQL, specifically for Python, and all of that. Okay, thank you all for participating in today's class. Next week, we are going to handle Primavera P6 for project planning. Still Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Same time, our YouTube channel. And if we are also going to admit some persons into the Zoom call, we'll also let you guys know on the WhatsApp group. Okay, thank you all for participating. Thank you all for creating time to join today's class. Although I got the information late, or I didn't think that through. Muslims, they are having their day yesterday and today. We're supposed to have postponed this class to tomorrow, but I actually forgot. So thank you all for participating, and that's another good reason why we are live streaming on Zoom, because all this can be gotten on our Zoom channel. Sorry, on our YouTube channel rather. So those persons that were unable to participate today can always watch the recorded session. Okay, thank you all, and have a good night rest. Thank you, instructor. You did well.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.